Match number 3 of the night saw the guy that is in between us currently on our YouTube page, Billy Gunn, Daddy Ass, taking on the coolest man in professional wrestling, Swerve Strickland. And Tim, this was an interesting match, in my opinion, but what did you think of this contest?
Yeah, fine. This helps further the story. It gets the crowd to cheer for the whole Acclaim thing without oversaturating with the Acclaimed themselves, to get Daddy Ass out there. And Swerve got the sneaky win, right? Sneaky Swerve got a sneaky win. So we're still putting Swerve over as like, I still win here, right? And, I like it. It was a little bit weird, like you said. It's not a typical match. It felt more a little bit WWE style, where it was just like, bang, bang, here we go. And now, the swerve at the end, right? But it was good filler. This storyline, as we said, sometimes you're flooring the gas on something, and then you got to take a week or two to get to where we're going. And I felt like this is one of those little you guys are third match on the card. Punt to next week where we do something bigger.
Yeah, I can understand that. My issue, and it wasn't even an issue, is kind of like with Dustin Rhodes. We have so many amazing, in their prime, talented wrestlers. And Billy Gunn is as over as damn near almost anyone right now with the Scissor Me Daddy Ass. But if we're being honest and peeling back the curtain a little bit, he's over because of the Acclaimed. It's not that we love Billy Gunn. We love that the Acclaimed is saying this, and it happens to be about Billy Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, when you got Swerve Strickland, who, again, as I mentioned, to me is the coolest guy in pro wrestling, and I do like this flirtation with turning heel, I just think we could get better. Have Anthony Bowens take him on one-on-one. Or do Max Caster one-on-one with Swerve Strickland. It just feels odd that 56-year-old Billy Gunn, who looked like he's still 30, is getting a match, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn, Dustin Rhodes, that's
canon,
all
though, for me. It was, he said, you're the fucking reason they won. Like, come on, you want to get involved? Get involved, and I'm going to kick your ass. Now, what we got was, oh shit, I can't kick this 56-year-old man's ass. But I'm still smarter than you. And now we could even get Billy Gunn being like, fuck you, let's go again. You fucked me up. And he'll be like, nah, I beat you already. Beat you. Don't need to beat you again. Fuck out of here.
Possibly. Now let's get into the fallout.
At least this is how I, if I had the pencil there.
Let's get into the fallout, though. As you mentioned, there was kind of a shenanigans pinfall victory from Swerve Strickland. Swerve kind of acknowledges it like, haha, now I got one over on you because Billy Gunn helped the Acclaim win the titles. But then he just leaves, right? Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, they come out. They just bypass Swerve, get into the ring. They want to do the hey, everything's fine, so let's do the scissor thing because that's what everyone loves. And I'm a little confused. I'm like, but that guy just cheated to beat your friend. You don't care about that? Let's just move past him?
Yeah.
So that was awkward. And then before they could even do their three-way scissor, Smart Mark Sterling comes out with Tony Nese, and he says, hey, I own the Scissor Me trademark, so you better not do that. And so are we...
Well,
Tim,
something...
are we getting the Acclaimed versus the Ring of Honor tag team?
Yes.
So what happened to Swerve and Keith Lee?
So, conspicuous by his absence is Keith Lee, so I'm wondering if maybe Keith Lee's, again, we don't know, we can't peek behind the curtain, so my guess is, maybe Keith Lee doesn't have this many dates, or Keith Lee's ill, or Keith Lee can't be here, so Swerve's going to do a little singles run, and this is a good way to kind of separate while still finishing, parts of the story here. He does his little thing with the ass man, and they move on to this Mark Sterling, who's now saying, you can't do the Scissor Me, right? It's Scissor Me Daddy Niece now. All the money's mine.
Yeah. And also backstage, we had another weird incident, and I'll get back to the Smart Mark Sterling stuff. But one thing that also came to my mind is we also got the firm purchased the contracts of Private Party, and then on Friday it's going to be Ethan Page versus Matt Hardy, and if Matt Hardy loses, then he has to also join
he's
the firm.
facing Private Party 1 or Private Party 2, I don't know, and then they get away from the contract if they win, but if Ethan Page wins, he gets their contract and Matt Hardy's contract.
Gotcha.
Because he's like, because they're like, what's in it for it? We already own the contract, so something's got to be in it for us, and it's Matt Hardy. And I like that Matt Hardy was like, oh, fuck. And then he was like, no, you got it. You got it, right? And then we can do this right? Like, I like that Matt Hardy still might fucking shit these, fuck these guys over. He still might be an asshole. Like, I hope for it now. I hope they win. I hope Matt Hardy's their savior, and then he still fucks him over.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But this seemed like elevation. Smart Mark Sterling, I like a lot. And I think when you don't have anything, put in Smart Mark Sterling and you're going to get entertainment. For example, when Wardlow was kind of spinning his wheels because the whole MJF stuff, and we didn't really know what to do with Wardlow right off. Wardlow powerbomb 20 fucking guys in one match. I love that. I still love it. It's great. But for being honest, Smart Mark Sterling is a YouTube act. And that's not meaning to be insulting. That's why you would watch the show. If I tell you, hey, let's watch Elevation, Smart Mark Sterling's going to do a promo you got to see, you would most likely watch it.
Well, yeah, because he's always in the things that are a little bit silly. And so I get what you're saying there. Yes, I like the idea of the firm should have maybe done this. If the firm are running the same thing, if the firm are suddenly lawyers that can like buy contracts, just like Mark Sterling, then they bought the rights to Scissor Me, the trademark, and now the Acclaimed has to fight to get it back because everybody wants the scissor and everybody loves it. And right now, when it's at its height of popularity, no, we take it away. Can't do it. We got to shut it down, right? I don't hate that idea. I just think maybe it could have been pulled off by a better entity.
And it just could have been pulled off less clunky because, as I mentioned, Swerve Strickland gets the victory but just walks off. The Acclaim gives no care that they just walk past Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, I mean, they gave him the bump, but I mean, not everything is immediate. Like, we're going to beat your ass on the side. It's just kind of these like, you motherfucker, like, fuck you. We saw what you did. Next time, motherfucker.
Tim, if you're in a fight and I watch,
it's not a fight, it's a sanctioned bout.
Okay, if I'm watching you in a sanctioned bout, and I see that person cheated you out of victory, meaning that you're making less money and you're upset, I'm gonna fucking punch that person in the face.
Yeah. Okay, so what if then I'm later fined because you punched the other competitor in the face? I can't keep my friends in check.
Who's finding you?
Yeah,
come on,
Tony Khan. He needs that cocaine money.
Yeah, he ain't finding CM Punk. You think he's gonna find me if I help you?
He's gonna find me.
Nah, he ain't gonna find me in this scenario. It just doesn't make sense. And then Keith Lee, because I just think there's more meat on the bone of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland and the Acclaimed, and we just dropped it on. This
might be one of those where we can't. Maybe Keith Lee doesn't exist anymore.
And tell us. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe that's weird. Up in the air. Maybe they're still, trying to work that out.
Then again, and I don't mean to go back and forth on this, but then put Eddie Kingston on TV and wait till fucking Keith Lee. Like, you got so much talent that's just not being used. You know what I mean? Like, you have a roster.
If you put Keith Lee on there, then you'd be like, but you have Swerve Strickland. Put him on TV. He's not being used.
You get what I'm saying. Like, if you have to buy your time, then just don't put it on. And it's stupid. That's what I'm saying. It was a dumb fucking segment.